it should not be the full mood, as we use as four handful.
Yeah.
He said it should be only one handful that you should give out.
No, no, no.
He quoted a hadith. I don't know in which hadith book.
Okay.
I couldn't remember the hadith, but I will try and make.
Okay, you know, well, you see, the thing is that you have 4 major schools of jurisprudence, and in each and every school of jurisprudence, you have a large number of a pool of Islamic jurists addressing these issues from all levels. There might be somebody who might have read it, but it's not up to my knowledge. What I do know from the Islamic jurisprudence that I know, which is the Maliki school, two hands full of the staple food, you do it multiplied 4 times, that will stand for 1 month. And that is why if you have like the 3 different measurements that I have just mentioned, just take the large one, which stand for 1 person and 1 month. Take it. You can buy it in the market and go and measure. If you measure, use your 2 handful of grain or whatever staple food, it takes you 4 times before you feel it. You may not have to fool it to the brink of it, to the level, to the top of it, but at least it comes to a level where you can say it is full. So 2 will not be enough. 3 will not be enough. It is 4, because these 4 are the equivalent to the Sa of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So you make it 4 times. The 4 times stand for Sa, and the Sa is the one that everybody should give.
Okay. Since you said it has to be given out to the needy.
Yeah.
This generation, to see a needy person is seemingly difficult.
Nah.
Now, who will you present this mood to? Because sometimes you may think that someone is needy. You give him the mood, and you realize that he doesn't even use it. Sometimes they will tell you that I don't need this.
Well, I think maybe if you say it's difficult to identify the needy people, what I thought you would say would be because everybody, there's so many people begging. At some point, you will not be able to identify the
sometimes you live with beggars, but if you visit their homes, you realize that what they even have, you don't have.
It's more than what you have. It's more than what you have.
Now, who do you give it to them?
You see, the problem is you don't know what obtains in their houses. It has become part of our culture that the poor people come out and beg. So those that appear to us as needy, you know, as from using the Sharia criteria, at least what you can do is to give it to them, because on the face of the evidence before us, on the face of what appears before us, these are the poor people. But of course, I don't think that it will be very difficult to identify the poor in any given community. Naturally, where you live, Abu Bakr, if you look around, you yourself will see that certain people definitely do need some assistance. Certain people do need some help. And if you make your own judgment in good faith, you put genuine effort to identify the poor and give it to them, and eventually come to realize that this was not the right person that I should have given it to you. The duty or the obligation is waived, and what you would expect is Allah's forgiveness for the mistake and the acceptance of the thing that you have given. Wallahu alam.
Okay, one thing also we realized during the Ramadan is that some people endeavor to fast the whole month of Ramadan.
Yeah.
Being very cursed, being very kind, very benevolent, giving out things. But unfortunately on their side, they don't pray.
Yes.
They fast, but they don't pray.
Yeah.
And these are the people who will be taking the lead role sometimes in providing people with iftar.
Yeah.
Now, what is the case of those people?
Again, it will come back to the people who fast the whole month of Ramadan. A day after Ramadan, they start misbehaving. Islam is a comprehensive way of life. You have to take the attitude or the approach of either taking all or you leave all. And the most important, the foundation of Islam as a religion is salat. We discussed it before, remember, when we discussed the salat, the prayers, that in fact it is so fundamental and so central and essential to Islam as a religion that sometimes the word that you use in a given language to refer to a Muslim is derived from the word prayer. You understand? In many Muslim languages, the word that you use to refer to a Muslim is derived from the word prayer. And the tradition of the Prophet ﷺ, the tradition of the ulama of Islam make it clear The foundation of Islam as a religion is prayer. And that is why in the hereafter, on one's records, the first act of ibadah to be checked or to be verified is a salat. If the prayers are okay, everything else will be okay. Otherwise, if a person is found wanting in that particular aspect of ibadah, naturally the person will be wanting will be found wanting elsewhere. So I would not understand why a Muslim who fasts in the month of Ramadan purely for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a Muslim who understands the message of Ramadan, a Muslim who understands why he fasts in the month of Ramadan, will not pray. Then there's a problem here. There's a problem of ignorance or problem of, how do you call it, defect in the faith of that person. And like I said in one of the programs, the point of departure for a Muslim is that of Iman or faith. Make sure that you have a very good, very genuine, you know, and very pure and very clean faith in God and in all the teachings of Islam. If the faith is correct, and that is why it's the key to Islam, if the Iman is correct, if the Iman is clean, is pure, is real, is genuine, then naturally everything else will follow. So there's no way why a good Muslim, a sincerely, a truly believing Muslim, who would ignore prayers and then therefore, when Ramadan comes, he stick to fasting. If it happens, could be, and I know it is happening. It's because some people, they don't pray seriously when after, in fact, you see people immediately after Ramadan, they don't pray. Or people pray only on Fridays. But this is probably misunderstanding, ignorance, or defect in their faith. But whatever the case is, it is not, a behavior or a habit that Islam will accept. Prayer, as I said, salat, is the foundation of Islam as a religion.
So does it mean the fasting aspect is accepted by Allah?
You see, you don't, probably, there are two things here now. You have the legal aspect of the act of ibadah, and you have the theological aspect. Whether Allah will accept or will not accept is very difficult for a man or for an Islamic scholar to decide. But whether
even provided that you know that he doesn't pray.
Yeah, of course. What I'm saying, the acceptance of God to a very large extent depends on His mercy, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Although all indications are that it might not be accepted by God, but you cannot make a definitive decision take a definitive decision on this. What you can say, you can address yourself or attach yourself to the Sharia aspect, or to the legal aspect, or to the jurisprudential aspect that, look, this is useless. As far as Islam is concerned, you have to pray, you have to fast, you have to give zakat, you have to do all these things, and you have to take all or you leave all. If you're taking part of it and you leave the other, what you are doing is jurisprudentially wrong. You are not doing the thing the right way. Legally speaking, you are not a good Muslim. But whether Allah will accept it or will not accept it, of course, we can say that all the indications are that this may not be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But that's the theological aspect of it. Whether God will accept or will not accept, it's a question of theology. It's not a question of law. And the Sharia addresses itself only to the question of law. Wallahu alam.
Okay, another question is that maybe you were unable to give out your Zakatul Fitr.
Ah.
Yes. Before the Eid.
Yeah.
And it must be given before the Eid.
Yeah.
Maybe you are a civil servant, you have not yet received your salary.
Yeah.
And you tried
Yeah.
all means to borrow from someone so that you
Yeah.
can give it out.
Yeah.
But you are unable to do so.
No.
Until 1 week after, then you receive your salary.
Yeah.
What is your judgment?
Yeah,
What's
you
your
see,
case?
the standard opinion or judgment or rule that the Fuqaha of Islam always give is that you must give zakat al-fitr before going to eat, and therefore, and they say if you fail to give it before going to eat, then it is only sadaqah, charity, but not zakat anymore. And you know that zakat, it is called zakat because it purifies. You understand? It purifies the wealth of the human being, and also it is the let's say you may call it the seal, for the act of fasting or all the act of ibadah that the person was doing during the month of Ramadan. So it's sadaqah. But what I would say here is that if one is unable to give zakat al-fitr on the Eid day, according to ulama, that means that the person doesn't have it. And if you don't have it, the obligation is waived. So as a general rule of the Sharia and the standard rule of the Islamic law, it must be given before going to a Salat al-Eid. But like I said during the last Thursday, before the end of Ramadan, that one of the most prominent